Hey, this is former WWE superstar and ECW original, The Blue Meanie. And you're watching the Tell Us About Yourself show on Foxworthy 257. Now, if you're looking to watch a show about people who play the Super Show wrestling card and dice game, I highly recommend it. The Blue Meanie told you! The Blue Meanie sent you to watch Foxworthy 257, or else I'll come get you.
My name is Brian Pillman Jr., and you are watching Tell Us About Yourself, only on Foxworthy 257 Twitch channel.
Hi guys, I'm Session Martina, and you are watching Tell Us About Yourself on Foxworthy 257 on Twitch. I'm going to get some cans. Are you going to get cans and watch with me?
And hello, folks. Welcome to the newest episode of Tell Us About Yourself with our guest, the TRASHMAN, and my co-host, the SRG mom, Christy Overby. How is everyone doing today?
Enjoying the sunshine.
Absolutely. It was a beautiful day around here.
Yeah, it was beautiful over here, too. It's nice when it's in, like, the 60s. Not too hot, not too cold. Yeah, nice sun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just a light jacket.
Oh, not even. Nah,
It's a line from Miss Congeniality where they ask her.
That would be why I didn't know it.
What's the perfect date?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, April 25th. Not too hot, not too cold. Just a light jacket.
Okay. That would be why I didn't get the reference. I'd never seen the movie. So
Travesty.
No, when you mention it, I think I've seen memes of it. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. So we should probably actually start with questions to the TRASHMAN because, that's why people are here.
Right.
You know.
I only know a little bit about Sandra Bullock, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, fair. But actually, Evil Ed has his famous question of cheese or pickle. And the pickle thing has been all the rage in the SRG universe this week.
Taken off.
Yep, it's taken off. So.
Well, I hate to go against my man TJ, but I love pickles.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then if you're going to ask me to choose between pickles and cheese, I mean, I thought I was told that there weren't going to be any hard questions tonight. I'm a little perturbed, but if I had to pick one, it'd have to be cheese, of course.
Oof. Yeah, well, that makes sense.
But that's tough.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, nowadays that's the safe choice if you don't want to get a boot.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm posting memes of pickles on a pole matches.
I saw that. I like that.
Yeah. So Candyman has a question, and this one's a loaded one today. Today of all days, this is a loaded question. So this really is a hard one.
Oh yeah.
Candyman Dan or the Candyman? Which do you prefer?
Haven't had too many dealings with Candyman yet. I know we'll be seeing them this weekend. And actually, this is a very easy question. Watch how I slip right out of this. Seeing as it's Candyman's birthday, I have to pick him, but only for today. Do you guys like that? Is that pretty smooth?
That was good. Yeah. That's a good way to work.
Are you sure you're not in politics?
No. Although I do deal in trash, so maybe so.
Yeah, I mean, basically it's like hauling them around. All right, and she also would like to know your favorite movie and what other country would you live in if you could.
Never been to Hawaii. I'm not a big fan of a lot of heat, but I just feel like it would be so gorgeous. I would have to visit. Okay. And always been interested in Germany. I mean, who wouldn't want to hit up Oktoberfest there? We have our pale imitation Marktoberfest here. Just unfortunately a lot less, beer steins and Fräuleins and maybe some Lederhosen,
but more James Booker. So that's not an equal trade.
No.
Wait a minute. No. What if we had James Booker in Lederhosen?
It is a PG show.
But kind of.
Not yours. The our events.
Oh, okay.
If you guys have those pictures hidden here, I mean, go ahead and show them. I can take it.
I don't know, but I need someone who's a good artist. We need to get one of those Super Show artists to do Booker Mania and Lederhosen. That sounds like a great old art card there.
Yes.
But she
And
also did one of the favorite movie.
yeah, movies. I love all the old school comedies. I love Animal House, Tommy Boy, Happy Gilmore, Love Dazed and Confused, Tombstone. I like a lot of the old good
Tombstone's amazing.
comedies. Cabin in the Woods, I thought was amazing. It's not well, I guess it's kind of a comedy. And I'm a giant Marvel mark. So yeah, all the new Marvel movies are like a dream come true for an old Marvel zombie like me.
Yeah. All right. Ken Fouché would like to know, how excited are you for WrestleMania 2? The Electric Boogaloo.
The fact that they've let us run more than one of these things is pretty amazing. So I'm psyched. I'm excited for all the old faces, so to speak, that we're going to get to see again. And I'm excited for the new faces. I love new people coming in, having the chance to come up here and play. Mr. Fox with his awesome Gargano hat. Yes, he's going to be there. Yeah, so I'm just trying not to get too fired up because it's Tuesday. I got to get through the rest of the work week first.
Yeah, you don't want to like peak on Tuesday and then be down by Friday.
Yeah, I'll be the guy laying across the back on the table snoring, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, really fired up. We love putting this on. We hope everybody's going to enjoy it. And yeah, I'm ready.
Speaking of fun nights and whatnot, Maddie Barr would like to know, what is a fun night out for you?
Oh boy.
Dinner, movie. I mean, what do we have to do to take you out on a nice little date? It sounds like
gratuitous violence.
Well, first of all, Maddie Barone doesn't have enough money to really woo me. But
you'd be surprised.
I don't know. He's got some short shorts that he's been wearing. They're a little scandalous.
Yeah,
I've seen.
He's got the new Vans too, man. You got those nice new Vans
and the Crocs.
Yeah,
dude, he's got the Crocs with the
definitely the fashion icon of the SRG.
I've seen all the Crocs I can handle from Booker. All right, but
different level there, man. Different level.
these are a whole nother level.
Yeah,
I will tell
I guess
you that.
we'll see then.
Yeah, Maddie Barr knows how to wear Crocs. Booker, I love Booker, but not so much.
Old trash man just likes going out, doing something with my kids, getting outside. You know, I don't know. I don't do anything anymore. I'm really boring. I like getting together with the boys, just throwing some wrestling cards and dice, building stupid competitors and doing goofy things that you wouldn't do at a tournament. I love filming goofy promos for things, you know.
Yeah.
Despite all my work business, this really is just all about fun for me. So if we get an idea that we think is funny, I love, you know, fleshing it out. Everyone's screaming ideas at each other. We'll start filming and we'll stop and say, no, we should do this. And usually the end product, at least to us, is pretty darn funny. So
I mean, I think all the videos have been really good videos. Some of them can use less cannoli, but other than that, they're really good videos.
You know what? The dude got his vaccines and now he's coming back out into the world again.
Yeah,
I mean,
which is good. Good. It's good to see him out in the world and out of my DMs. I mean, I love
Does that ever happen?
I love you, cannoli. You know it. So, Young Allergy, he would like to know, what's the greatest treasure you found in the trash, or is the old saying heavily flawed?
No, it is not flawed. It's just people have a different idea of what treasure is. But I've found wedding rings. I outfitted my first apartment out of the trash, which is not something I would do now. But at the time, I mean, stereo, speakers, lamps. Even back then, I stayed away from couches because that's just...
Yeah, I was hoping this wasn't going to go into like the couches and the beds territory. I'm like...
Oh, no, sir. No, sir.
That's a little much. And good evening to Dave Marashek stopping by in the chat.
Ah, the DOO.
Yeah.
I mean,
we have
Off the
to.
top of my head, I don't know. Just things I found comic book collections.
Ooh,
When I used to play Hero Clicks, I found a giant box just jammed with cool stuff, man. The
wow.
Colossals and Uniques and things like that. So
Ooh, you know,
my nerd heart loved that.
when you see something like that, you gotta wonder if that was just a revenge trashing, and how sad the person was when it all went bye bye.
It was either revenge or Mama got tired of the room not being clean, and
Yeah,
that
well,
kid was in for a rough time.
that's a form of revenge too. Uh,
Yes, yes.
so it covers more than just the jilted lovers. Uh, so yeah, we definitely we should mention. I believe Marasek put in the contract we have to mention WrestleMania every 15 minutes or so. So make sure we get that out. Hattie Parr would like to know: are you a drinker, and if so, what do you like to drink?
I have been. Um, Kind of got away from it when the kids were little. No one, at least I don't want to be throwing 4 or 5 back and driving the kids around or anything, but I'm just a beer guy. I get at least used to get all out of control on hard liquor, just stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just beer for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
I can't do a fun time, Bob. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah. Well, you notice no one gave him this question, mostly because the whiskey bottle was in his hand the whole time. So it was
It's pretty
kind of
prominent
evidence.
with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we love Bob. He he it was all his idea, and what are you gonna do? Say no to him? Nah. He wants to have a fun time. You let him have a fun time.
Well,
You
he was
do
either
not
going
say
to
no
do
to a
that
fun
and you
time.
couldn't get bits, or
Yeah.
you could have gotten the bits. So why not?
Yeah. And Funtime Bob is pointing out that no one is him. So yes, he is a one of a kind original.
It's
So
true.
we should probably get to some standard questions of like, how did you get into Super Show?
Kicking and screaming mostly. I had no interest in it. I think I was still playing Keyforge and maybe some Dice Masters at the time at recess. Oh, and Star Wars Destiny. And the boys started getting into it, and they kept saying, dude, you should check this out. It's so fun, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I've had nothing to do with wrestling in like 25 years. Just completely not interested whatsoever. So pretty much the DOO, just got me in a chokehold, made me come over, demoed some, and then my collection personality came out, and here we are, thousands of cards later.
Yeah. It's one of those things that if you have that mentality, and even if it's been lying dormant for a while, once you get that itch, you get that itch. But
Now, Neil, are you a wrestling fan today? Like you said 20 years ago, but I got into the game because I'm a wrestling fan. You know me. I'm not a big board game, card game, whatever person, but like give me wrestling all day, all night. But what about you?
I got back into it once we started playing, and then of course we went to Bound for Glory in Chicago with SRG, which was absolutely amazing. And once you start meeting wrestlers again, I was at the first grand gathering, and I got to play against Brian Cage and meet Sammy and Sweets and Dilly. Is that what they call him?
yeah, Dilly.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of reignited. I don't watch every single night or anything, but I follow it more now, mostly Impact, because when I'm sitting down here team building, I can just throw on the Impact Twitch channel and catch up on some stuff I never saw.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I've gotten back into it, but I mean, it's not something I watch religiously.
Yeah, their crossover with AEW is really interesting. So I'm still not used to NXT on Tuesdays and Impact on Thursdays now. I'm trying to get all that straight, but
that's what initially really got me out of wrestling, was the fact that WWE had a program on like every night of the week. I'm like, I can't invest this amount of time to keep up on all these storylines and blah, blah, blah. So it actually pushed me out of it,
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's not always a big reward for being a loyal. It's not like watching a series like you said, you like Marvel. Like if you watch like Winter Soldier and things like that, there's payoffs for being a fan and watching all the content they have, like all these tie-ins. You don't get that in wrestling because the continuity's out the window next week. Uh, so it doesn't really pay to be a long-time viewer because it doesn't really pay off. Like, rarely ever does anything call back. So,
We
one
used
of
to
those
all
things.
get
Yeah,
together.
and you can kind of hop back in too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone back and checked out some of it and seen what happened. But really, if you just kind of start with a blank slate and jump back in, jump right in the deep end, you'll get going again. You'll figure it out.
Yep. Yeah. Which is a beautiful thing about wrestling is that you can, again, since you don't have that deep continuity, you can just watch it when you want to enjoy it. And
And
watch
heck,
what you like.
half the wrestlers I was watching back in the day are still around in some way, shape, or form. Undertaker finally just retired, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. And New Jack's still going. Who doesn't love
Oh
New
my
Jack?
New Jack.
That dude will never die.
Yeah. Well, he was really big about bringing in trash cans, though, so I think there should have been a tie there. Like, you like trash cans, he likes trash cans.
Yeah, Raven,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
There's some connoisseurs out there. I like it.
yeah. Bringing in the hardware. All right. So Dave Marasek would like to know who is your top 3 favorite X-Men characters? Ooh, that seems like a touch one.
Man, oh man. Top 3 X-Men. I mean, I guess it's cliche to say Wolverine, but I mean, how can you not like Wolvie? And a lot of them grew on me over time. I didn't like Gambit at first. He became better. I still have kind of a love-hate with Cyclops because he's just such a douche, but every once in a while they get it right. Rogue is probably my number one favorite.
Okay.
Always have loved Rogue. Just
Imagine with
storytelling.
the Miss Marvel powers. As
Oh,
opposed to,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think,
kind of wasted as a villain. Much more
yeah,
interesting that way.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Oh, he's like, Bob's pointing out that it's a kind of a stumper question, like when they asked him favorite wrestler. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's so many great X-Men, so yeah, it is definitely hard to answer that question. Like, if you love the X-Men, you're gonna have many of them. Like, I'm a Cyclops fan, pre-Age of X. Then it got like, yeah, not as good. Oh, here's a good question from someone named the Head Band Champion. Who is the most handsome Nealon, most intelligent, and stinkiest?
Oh man, he tried to trip me up at the end there. There's nothing about being wise.
No,
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to own up to all 3.
no.
Although I will say, young Master Nealon, you give him too much cheese or milkshakes or something, and then those tables might just turn.
On the stinkiest,
What
not the
about
handsome.
sliders?
Yeah.
How does young Nealon handle those sliders you feed him?
Well, it depends on how many. If you can stop at a certain point, he might be okay.
What's his record? Wasn't it something
Oh.
like 11?
Gosh, I thought he got to 8 or 9 that day.
Okay. Then he tapped out.
Yeah, hard. His forehead tapping the table.
Yeah, Jeff,
I miss those
we
days.
do refer to Neil as the older, more handsome Nealon
Yes.
brother.
Yes, that I know. And let me turn off the extra camera.
The first time I met Neil when they came down to Columbus, so Rust Belt and Buckeye Championship Wrestling, which is based here in Columbus, back when we first started, usually we would go up there or they would come down here and we'd have kind of bigger card, all Ohio matches. And I must have asked Neil, I was not interested in the game and I just kind of got thrown in as, hey, Christy, can you help with brackets and this? And I think I asked Neil like his last name like 7 times before I finally put 2 and 2 together and that he was with the other, and I was like, but he's extremely patient.
Yeah.
Generous.
Absolutely.
All right.
Supports Mallory and her Girl Scouts.
Oh, Mallory's the best. How could you not?
Yeah.
I'm partial, but
yeah, but it's true. All right. So Kara Sip Who is your favorite
That's
superhero and why?
that's Kara SLP, speech
Oh,
language pathologist.
oh, SLP.
That
Okay.
is my lovely better half.
Right. That's when you can tell my vision is bad. And it is.
And she knows that's a loaded question too. I mean, it's probably,
Yeah.
let's just say for me, it's always been Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Hulk.
Okay.
Sometimes the numbers may change, but it's always those three.
Yeah.
So if
Fair.
you could put one of them in SRG, how would you do it? What would be their 10? Pick one and kind of, build a character around it. What would be their 10 skill?
If there was some way to go about with their gimmick, making them Hulk up, almost it'd probably be a flip card. Hulk could be interesting because you could start as puny Banner and maybe he's high tech, real low power, something like that. And then after you, almost like Mad One, if you meet certain requirements, you're going to piss him off and then you flip it. I don't know if we're ready for that. Spider-Man, of course, started out in wrestling, so but I don't know if you could. I'm not a great designer, I mean, something high agility, a lot of skill, a lot of technique. It'd be something interesting to sit around and mess around with, that's for sure.
Yeah. No, it definitely would be. All right. Dave Marashek would like to know, what is your favorite cut of steak?
I am not a connoisseur. I don't have a favorite cut of steak. My favorite steak is the one that someone else who knows how to make it prepares for me. There you go.
Fair.
I don't grill a lot of steaks or
So,
anything. So
so as a follow-up, where are you on the spectrum of medium rare to well done?
no, well done. Highest
Oh, good. We
highest
can
I
still
would
be friends.
Yeah, highest I would go is medium well, and I probably wouldn't often even do that. Rare to medium.
All right. I think that answers Micah's how do you eat your steak? Normally I do it
Oh,
by
I didn't
putting it in
even
my
see
Like
mouth.
a
that.
savage with my hands.
Yeah. I put it in my mouth and chew. But yeah.
Hey, to each their own, whatever.
And when you have the really good steaks, it's almost like butter in your mouth.
Oh,
Blender,
mm-mm.
whatever. All
I,
nutrients,
All right. Fun Time Bob would like to know, how's the family, Neil? But he wants to do it in a creepy fashion that I can't really repeat as well as he can.
Yeah. Good old Bob.
Yeah.
Probably looking at his computer screen through the bottom of a bottle. So,
Yeah. Well, here that actually leads to segue. As the winner of the last CCC, do you have any advice for the people who are fighting over it this year?
yeah, where are they? I mean, I'm not trying to bag on anybody, but where are they? I
Wait a
mean, are
minute. That's
people
still going on?
Yes.
yeah, are people getting hit up in their DMs? Are there promos being dropped? What
There's
level are we at? Are we on
Who's
tag
still
team?
left?
We are on. It is Vic Vandal versus and the Dweeb. They're the teaming up to try to go to the finals against the Memes Dealer and Little G. And
And
the Dweeb and Vic Vandal have been going back about the SRG's Metalhead, I believe it is, on the forums a little bit. But
no.
I haven't seen the memes or whatnot come alive yet.
And I'm not trying to be mean to anyone, but it was an extraordinary amount of work alongside the fun, but that's a huge prize and you need to put in the work for it. During
Mm-hmm.
the initial voting rounds, I stayed out on the couch so I wouldn't wake up the wife. I set my alarm for every hour and I'd wake up, vote for myself, go back to sleep. I mean, anybody watching, I probably, unless you're really new, you probably saw me in your DMs at one point. Hey, man, I'd really like your support, blah, blah, blah. We did videos, we did promos. All I'm saying is the effort should be commensurate with the prize. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Work hard. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's an amazing prize.
Yeah, and while I came in near the tail end of it last year, the finals were absolutely amazing, and the round leading up to it too. The video packages for both sides were really great, and you could see people put as much effort in as they could. It was
Oh,
good.
I had
Um,
a ton of help from everybody, obviously from the Rust Belt, and Bob, Funtime Bob, is severely underappreciated for what he brings, both idea wise, being in the promos. He didn't get nearly enough credit, in my opinion, for that whole
you
process.
know, I really think Real Wrestling should have ran with that whole creepy ring videos a lot more.
Sammy said, "I
Yeah,
love that. I'm going to
yeah,
steal it," but then
yeah.
I don't know that we ever saw it anywhere.
Yeah.
Sammy
I,
loved the ring camera, which was
yeah,
all Bob. I freely
yeah.
admit.
That it was so good. It was just such a perfect thing having going on. All right. So Big Jim Bias would like to know, what is your worst moment playing Super Show?
He would. Uh, well, I guess I'll just go with the obvious answer and say losing to Big Jim Bias at the CCW CAC. I'd gone undefeated the whole night, got up to him in that stupid El Super Hombre. I got
Yeah.
no love for that guy,
Yeah.
and nothing against Jim personally, but that could have saved me all the CCC right there. And my man won, and trust me, I've never been anything but happy for him. But
Well,
that was a crushing one.
they say things happen for a reason, and if you would have won, we wouldn't have had that beautiful CCC round last year. So we would have been missing out in the grand scheme of things. So
It's true. It's true. Yeah, for the people, right?
yeah, for the people. All right. Let's see. Evil Ed would like to know, who would you like to play in person playing Super Show?
I never did get to play Sammy Callahan. Um, that would be pretty fun because I feel like he'd bring his persona and he'd be all intense, and it would be scary and interesting. And honestly, the other answer is anybody I haven't played yet. I mean, we've been locked down for so long. There's a lot of people in now that I've never played in person. And even if I was lucky enough to play some of you online, let's sit down across the table from each other and do it. I can only play Bob and Matt and Jim, so many times. Let's spread it out a little bit here.
Fair, but very good people to play though.
Steel sharpens steel, baby.
Yeah. Master Micah would like to know, who is your favorite player in the tri-state region and your favorite player in the Deep South region?
Yeah, I don't have any.
Oh
Why,
well,
why, why, why am I going to follow those two? That has nothing to do with the Midwest
because
coast.
there are people who happen to be in the tri-state that are really cool people. I mean,
And
maybe not a
I
lot
never
of
said
them,
there weren't.
but
I just
like,
said I don't have okay.
see,
If you want to go that way, then I'm going to say Mysterious is my favorite for the tri-state. Absolutely.
missed out again.
Yes. Deep South. I don't know. I don't follow it. How about Chibi? I like that guy. He beat me for the Triad title, but he was a solid dude, and
Mhm.
if I had to lose, he was a good one to lose to.
Yeah. Bombada would like to know, would you like to recycle or compost? I don't know if that's him or just in general.
You mean when he gets to the glue factory? Is that
Yeah.
what he's saying?
Yeah, I get that's kind of like recycling. You could recycle the horse by turning it into glue.
Well, I deal with recycling every day, so that'll be my answer.
All right, Matt Barone. He has Matt Barone, Matt Nealon, and Matt Haas. Which order do you rank them in?
Well, obviously Matt Nealon first and foremost, and then since I'll probably get called out for a tie, I'll say Barone then Haas, only because I've had beers with Barone and I've only played Matt Haas a couple times. I don't really know him that well, but he is a metalhead. That makes that ranking hard, but that's what I'm going to go with.
Fair. It's very fair. Bombada is upset that you didn't choose him for the tri-state because he's in RBW. But
Wah.
He is. I wasn't going to choose anybody, but
Yeah.
the perfect assistant. I feel like he can't go wrong.
and to be fair, I mean, he didn't choose me, so that I am deeply hurt. So let's all rank these questions up and put them right really over the coals now. So to put you over the coals, Christy, what you got for him?
Well, I've just been sitting back kind of listening.
Yeah.
If you had a nightmare, something and like household item or whatever that appears in your nightmares, what is it?
Not a Nightmare King, but just a
Not a
nightmare.
nightmare
Right?
king.
Okay.
Okay.
Because if the Nightmare King was in my house, that would be pretty alarming.
That would be alarming. Nightmare King on your ring cam like this.
Yeah, it would be better lighting for his videos though, so that would be nice. But just kidding, buddy. Just messing with you. A nightmare in my house. Probably my dogs. Obnoxious. Couple of beagles, loud. Just run the whole house. I need to go out now. You know, they've trained my kids. Certainly hasn't been the other way around. So that would probably be my nightmare, being left alone with them and having to chase them down and deal with the barking. The boy, Hank, his bark is unbelievably loud. It's like a braying, total beagle. So,
we have a bulldog beagle mix, and it sounds like we're killing him when he sees another dog, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. But it's just
he could be excited and happy, and exactly. It sounds like Saw in here,
Yeah. So something a little more SRG related. How many decks do you have built right now, ready to go? Not a Chris Pate where you have to disassemble one so you can put another one together.
Doesn't Chris Pate only have like 2 decks?
Well, yeah, that's why I was saying let's just find out your number.
Okay. I have 2 tornado decks built. Okay. I have a Grump that I'm going to be tearing apart because I'm using him for the Midwest Coast tournament. I have Shade and Gideon Guts. I have my team for this weekend, and I have the TRASHMAN built, and I have a trios.
Who's your trios?
A band of brothers.
Oh, right. All right, so you've got 8 decks built. So which one are you playing in the Midwest Coast tournament this weekend?
I am playing the Velvet Assassin.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, very solid competitor.
And then who are you playing in WrestleMania 2?
Oh, that's what I meant for this weekend. I'm playing Velvet Assassin. Yep.
Oh, gotcha. Let me, excuse me a second while I write this information down.
Yeah, Christy out and meet everybody. My pal.
Sorry.
Yeah, so all the viewers got slightly edged.
When you get diversity.
Now, come on. If there's anybody that the rest of the field needs to plan for, it's obviously me, right? Yeah.
Right.
Uppermost in those thoughts, sure.
100%.
No, I was thinking about playing Vanilla Gorilla, but I guess that's off the table.
Banned for life.
Banned.
Harambe.
Way too powerful. Way too powerful competitor. So we got a question from inside the Zoom from Generally Wang. If you made the match card for the next pay-per-view, what are the championship matches you would make? Current champs versus whoever you want to see, not the number 1 contenders that are current there.
I'd want to see.
So let's start with the world. Yeah.
World. I'd want to see Press 1P. The guys like that operate on a different level. I know we've seen it before. I'd love to see him play Bombada again. I'd like to see him play Dave, because Dave played Bombada, the director of operations. Yeah, but he hasn't really played Polverino, and there's heat there, so that would be fun. And Polka, that was a joke. That was just completely unfitting of his status and how that match should have went.
The dice giveth, the dice taketh away at times.
Boy, I tell you, boy, did they ever. He must have had a whole lot of karma built up there or something. I don't know.
So that sounds like a good fatal 4-way for the world title. Press 1P, Bombada, Marisak, and Polka.
That would be some high level
That would be-
competition right there. I'll tell you that.
That would be interesting. Okay. So what
I'd
about
pay
for the
for that one.
Underworld? Yeah. What about the Underworld?
Underworld. I don't know a lot about Peppy as a competitor. I don't know that I may have played her once in some rando thing. Candyman Dan would be great there. But honestly, I'd like to see some of these matches go a little bit, not to say lower, but maybe less high profile. People that haven't earned one of those type of shots yet. Foxy, Cannoli, Colin Simon, the zombie, people that are solid, that have done really well and just for whatever reason haven't had a shot yet. I'd like to see something like that. Tag teams, I'd like to see Bob and my brother. Let's see DTF throw down for the biggest prize in the land.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. All right. What about the Tornado?
Tornado with Mr. Pate. I'd like to see him take on his partner. Let's see him take on
Ooh.
the Collector for
Ooh.
that belt. That's another match I feel would be
That would
really,
be nice.
really high tech. You know, that'd be some gamesmanship right there.
Yeah.
I might drop a little note to the general manager.
Yeah. Well, he does watch the show, so.
I mean, Sean was up for a couple. He was in that Birdcage, and Sean's always been a high level competitor. I think that'd be a great match.
And then
What else? Go
we
against
should.
Mallory.
Yeah, the best champion we got in the LFF right now.
First of all, no one's going to beat Mallory, and I'm not a big fan of giving it to someone who's just begging for it all the time. No offense, Bombada, but
neither was Mallory, which is why she gave.
Plus, you booked Bombada for the world title, so.
Exactly. No Schmidt, General Lee Wong. That dude begged himself into the highest title in the land and did a nice job, but I feel like he's used all that up. For trios, how about my man Young Allergy? He doesn't get enough love.
He does not. I love me some Allergy.
Absolutely.
He's the best.
Yeah, I think Mallory's defending against Yasmin this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible player. Never beaten her. She is fantastic. That's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, we'll be bringing the belt with us up to Cleveland.
Yeah,
you're going to remember it this time?
For Jim, yes, I'm going. It's already packed. Thank you very much.
Or is that a psychological thing? Well, I don't want to lose it. It's not here, so I can't hand it over. I see. That's next level championship thinking. I like that.
Yeah, that's like beauty pageant mom thinking.
Well, hardcore title, Jim Bias is going to win that this weekend. So I'll just go with that.
And Matt Barone is asking about what about the Triad?
Man, I've been so tempted to take another crack at that. That was a lot of fun. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Find two other people that are worthy.
Well, I mean, that's an important one because that it sounds like it's going to be defended this weekend. So.
Well, he will be here with the belt.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the plans for that are.
Yeah.
Who's the current title holder of that one again?
Matt Barone.
Matt Barone.
Oh.
Yep. And hopefully he wins on the way out, so we can give it a tour of Cedar Point, and all the sheets on the way back in Pennsylvania.
All these titles that are going to be there this weekend. Maybe I'll do what I did with the Rust Belt title at Grand Gathering and take it on a little sightseeing tour around Cleveland.
Oh, that was too much. We just kept getting these pictures. Where is the Rust Belt next? That was awesome.
It's going to be interesting. I think the only champion that really didn't want to come was Polverino.
No.
It's like he didn't want to be in the same place as Chris Pate in person for some reason.
We're still waiting on that Cookie's Fortune, man. What's going to happen with that?
Yeah, he's waiting to do it in live and in person. And Polverino's
you just give him a Rust Belt beatdown and tell him, listen, buddy, cookie crumble.
Yeah. Yeah,
You never know what that guy is going to do. He may, send up too much soup and do something nutty. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of belts there this weekend, so he pretty much could have his choice of almost anyone, except for the world and the tag. But yeah, and Big Jim Bias is happy because there'd be plenty of belts for him to steal, which is always
Yeah, he
good.
may be my boy and all, but I'm going to advise all of you to keep a tight grip. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, if you don't want your belt stolen, be very careful. That's why I'm just not going to wear a belt. If my pants fall down, it's all Jim Bias's fault. It's the safest thing.
Solid gold belt buckle there, huh, Foxy?
I mean, I don't know if he's that choosy. Uh,
If
it's
you
a,
tell him it's the Foxworthy Household Championship, he may just take it right off. I don't know.
fair. Oh man, I mean that's one way to get someone to take their pants off me. Anyway. All right.
It's gonna be a long car ride for you guys. That's all I'm
Oh,
saying.
geez.
It's always going to be fun. Oh man. So, obviously WrestleMania is coming in. Let's plug it again. Yes, Bombada, this isn't PG because it's my channel. My channel is technically not PG. So what of the people in the Rust Belt, who do you think is, other than yourself, is going to have the most impressive showing at the creative competitor?
You can never count out Ryan Nealon. The dude's been in the championship at 2 different CACs. I'd love to see him break through.
Third time's a charm, buddy.
You know. Dave's not playing, so we're safe from that. I think everybody, I probably shouldn't even out him, but everybody I think maybe overlooks Bob. Oh, he's just about fun. But you know what's fun? Winning. Winning is fun. All right. So I wouldn't count out Bob. Cannoli can come in there and get in a hot streak.
Ring General Cannoli.
Yeah, he's done a lot of damage before. Big Jim Bias. He may speak softly and carry a big bat, but he's been making a lot of noise lately. And he already won one of them up at CCW.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we have a solid field. And only to save the crying later, I'll say Booker has a good chance too. Because I don't want to hear all the tears later, but whatever.
Well, yeah, he gets the deck tech with Impact now, so see how that works out. Speaking of Fun Time Bob, though, he did post that card fade to the side. He loves you, and he's very proud of everything you've accomplished. But how will it feel when he takes the Rust Belt title from you?
Honestly, if that happens, I couldn't be prouder. My man puts everybody else over before himself. He puts everybody over in spite of himself. So
Yeah.
if he gets over that threshold and he wins, 1 second of damn it, I lost the belt. And then the whole rest of the time is I am proud as hell of that dude. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm going to lay down.
Right. Oh, no. Oh, God, no. I doubt he would even want you to.
Ladder match, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, laying down the ladder match is generally the result of getting hit from a ladder, but... All right, so I'll remind people in the Zoom that you can ask questions. If you want to come on video, just use the raise hand feature, and we will get to you. And point out that we got about 15 minutes in the scheduled time left for people, so get some of those questions in. And someone's raised their hand.
Oh, here we go.
All right, the Nightmare King has a question for you.
What you got, buddy? Let's hear it.
What's going on, though, Trashman? I actually heard what you said just a couple minutes ago about the hardcore title. Need to remind you, I beat Eddie Fury on Primary 2, which I might get that title shot if Eddie Fury wins. But here's my question to you, okay? If you were in any type of company, WWE related, from NXT, Raw, or SmackDown, and you have a perfect tag team partner, which tag team titles will you go for, and which brand will you go into?
Am I allowed to bring Shawn Michaels back to be my partner?
Heck yeah, Heartbreak Kid.
I don't
do it.
care. I don't care.
I don't even care if he's 80. I'm rolling with Shawn. If they can trot, Ric Flair's old carcass out there every week, then Shawn Michaels can come back to tag with me for once. And I am not caught up on WWE. I don't know. So let's just say do they still have like the Raw titles and the SmackDown titles?
Yeah.
I'll just say the Raw titles because I always remember watching Raw is War back in the day. So Raw tag team titles with HBK.
Okay. Well, that's all.
All right.
My man coming in and cutting a quick promo on me before his question.
Yeah, well, you got to remember he did beat Eddie Fury at Crowd Leader too.
Yeah, I've beaten a lot of people at Funzy matches too,
Well, it wasn't funsies for Eddie Fury.
No.
Yeah. I mean, he almost quit the game afterwards, I heard.
Yeah,
but
he might have been a little disgruntled for a while. Yeah, I don't know.
So we should Canoli's hasn't stopped by yet, so we should get to Canoli's question so that when he comes back and watches it, he has the answer. What are your 3 favorite male and 3 favorite female wrestlers?
HBK, Stone Cold, and Undertaker. Watched religiously back in the day. Those were my boys. I haven't really followed many female wrestlers. I'm watching a lot of old Impact right now, and Gail Kim was always awesome. And I like some of the Rosemary and what was it, Sue Young stuff. I saw Shotzi Blackheart in Chicago. She was pretty cool. I mean, I don't follow a lot of the female wrestling, not for any particular reason. I just don't watch a lot of wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. If you're not watching a lot of wrestling, it's hard to see the female wrestlers since back years ago they were not as prolific as they are now.
Yeah, back in the day, it was all just eye candy instead of featuring athletes. So I do like that now that it's more competition. Jordan Grace is doing some cool stuff in Impact right now.
Oh yeah, she's awesome.
She just resigned. I thought that was great.
Yeah, saw that.
Yeah, she is amazing. Headband Champion would like to know: are you excited for the Dark Side of the Ring SRG?
I could be more excited for that than Rustmania 2. You guys have no idea what's on the way. Let's just say that if you guys like any Rust Belt content, any of the promos we do, things like that, and even if you don't, stay tuned. There is some good stuff coming. That's all I'm going to say right now.
So because you've been watching Impact and TNA, Bavada said, if you want a fun drinking game, watch episodes of Impact from August 2006 till March 2007 and take a shot every time he's on camera. Yeah, the problem is every time they get a sight of him, the shot's going to come right back up. So that's not a fun drinking game.
Wasn't he a little blondie back in the day? I don't know if I'd recognize him.
I don't know.
I thought I saw an old picture with the blonde bomber Bombada. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to post a couple pictures up in the discussion group so people. He was a blondie, saying so people can pick him out. And
that's cool, man.
Big Jim would like to know how awesome was it seeing Eddie Fury last night?
Boy, that dude's pretty fast for a little guy. Came and attacked Jim right in the middle of his promo. I didn't think he was getting in till the end of the week. That's going to be one heck of a hardcore match, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think Jim Bias is going to win on crowd meter. Probably 2. I think.
See, I was thinking 3, so we're right around there.
Yeah. But we know Jim Bias is going to win.
Oh well, yeah.
We all love Jim Bias around here. Oh,
Large James.
Yeah.
So Neil, are you a sports fan? What are your sports affiliations? Tell us about it.
Browns till I die.
Blech.
Indians, Cavs. Yeah, Christy, we love you anyways. Um, yeah, Browns, Cavs, Indians. I have a hard time watching other games. You know, if they have some bearing on what's going to happen to the Browns, then maybe I can watch some. But other than that, I just like my team. I don't sit there and watch all day long. And obviously, I cannot forget to mention the Ohio State Buckeyes. I know we agree on that.
We do.
Absolutely.
That is some common ground.
So those are my ride or die.
I thought that Dave was going to kick me out of, I forget what event it was when I rolled in with my Steeler mask on.
Oof.
I think he disowned me that day.
Well, why you wanted to breathe that in the whole time, I couldn't understand. But like I said, we love you anyways.
I know. I feel like I know Neil so well. It's hard for me to even come up with questions for him.
Well, so Neil did send me a spoiler. So
Yes.
let me get into that and show that. Oh wait, oh sorry. This is actually a picture of Bombada. Sorry, with blonde hair. I got mixed up there.
Oh, bring it.
Let me find the right picture. Let me leave that up for a little bit. Yeah.
This is the fully clothed one, right?
Yeah. That's okay. On stream. Yeah. All right.
He told me that was for my eyes only. The other one, so
I didn't really
want that up there.
Yeah. So let me end that spoiler. Yeah. And now let me find the real spoiler. This one, Ambush with a pineapple, and that is definitely not PG.
This is one of the promo cards that everyone who paid for Rustmania 2 and is showing up, this is one of the cards you're going to be getting.
Yeah.
And this is actually a giant rib by the boss, because out of all the pictures we sent him as possibilities, we sent that as kind of an afterthought, a little joke, like, ha ha, here, Steve, here's a little laugh. Yeah, well, joke's on us. There it is in all its glory.
Yeah, I mean, draw one card for each card you have in play with pineapple in the name, and bury one card in your hand. Solid card, because you're going to at least draw one, bury one. So it's a good one. Nice Rustmania logo and a very inappropriately placed pineapple. What more can you ask for? Oh. I know I wasn't supposed to show that picture of you, Bombada. It got mixed up. I hit the wrong button. So that is going to be a very sweet promo for people to get their hands on. It's going to be really cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're going to be playing with trash cans and kendo sticks and steel chairs and pineapples. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean,
fruit salad, baby.
Yeah. Some people may think that like maybe coconuts should have been the fruit of the LFF because people have used coconuts before. But I think pineapples being like pointed and like ribbed is probably better for hitting people than a coconut. Coconuts are too smooth.
It wasn't ribbed for my pleasure, I'll tell you that much. But
wow.
But he's not the coconut warrior. I mean, come on. What are we supposed to do? Yeah. Maybe that'll be the next gimmick that he gets over on. I don't know.
I know this is like an old lady thing, but pineapples are supposed to be a symbol of friendship and welcoming. And, when people have them as decor in their house.
I mean,
well, maybe he's encouraging his opponents to come and cuddle. I mean, he is in the Cuddle Commandos after all.
The Cuddle Commando.
Yeah, and really, you should only let friends insert pineapples where that was going. Like, really, it really should be a friends-only entrance. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, Neil, are you part of any factions?
Never have been.
Never have.
Now, sometimes we say we're in Rust Belt Prime. That's like those of us that kind of started everything, like with Dave and Booker, Matt and Bob and myself, but it's never been an official thing. I consider myself just a part of the Rust Belt promotion. That's what I live and play for. I want to push everybody in it. I want everybody to succeed, get what they're looking for. They want to win some matches. They want to win a tournament. They want to become the next SRG celebrity, whatever they want. That's what I'm here for. I don't know if the right thing came along, obviously I would, but I have everything I need right here at our promotion.
Yep. You're doing a great job of enhancement talent.
Yes. Thank you.
with the main title. Yeah, that's whew. Definitely don't want to say the Rust Belt title is on the enhancement talent. I'm sure there's some people who will get some heat for saying that. I mean,
Yeah, well, I thought for a little bit about the Job Squad or something. I mean, it would fit the whole theme, but
Mhm. Would you start your own faction? And if you did, who would be 3 other people you'd recruit?
Mad Custodian, no doubt, right off the bat,
Yeah.
not even a second hesitation. Uh, I know Gideon Guts doesn't play much or isn't around much anymore, but I've had a lot of talks with him. He's a really cool dude. He helped me with some promos during my CCC run. Oh gosh, he's gonna kill me. He's not around as much anymore. I know Flame Fighter. We had talked about being
Tim
public
White.
service.
Yeah.
Because he's a fireman.
Power.
We could have garbagemen, firemen, policemen. There's the law.
Right.
I would say mailmen as their vital service, but I mean that's like all of Impact. So no.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, men at work or public utilities. I don't know. Something like that could be fun.
You had me at Mad Custodian. Like,
yeah.
How could you not?
Yeah, right there. Just added Mad Custodian's #1 faction in the LFF.
You guys need a tag team at the least.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I know. I was like, man, if only I could have got a guy out first. I see the Mad Custodians guy, and he's got trash in there and all this.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I mean, I think the street cleaners with it's okay. It's cool to have corporate law in it, but it would have been better with the TRASHMAN. Like,
just saying.
Yeah, definitely would have been a lot better with the TRASHMAN.
There's enough corners of the LFF for both he and I to clean up.
Yeah.
No conflict of interest there.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, another trio.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't delved too much into trios yet, but let me put this out here while I have the chance.
All right.
That trio was something I had won. It was a card, and the boss was nice enough to let me make it a trio. And I did that for Bob as kind of a thank you for everything he did, the way he put me over, just everything he does constantly. That's why it's called Band of Brothers, Bob. He and my brother have been best friends for a long time. And when I started hanging with them and doing more with them and stuff, it wasn't a weird thing. He just welcomed me in like another brother. And that was my little small way of kind of a non-card fabe tribute to the guy, because he made it to top 2. He made it to the championship of that CCC.
Yeah.
And then everybody else, God bless them, they had competitors bought for them, and I won one. And then there's poor Bob just sitting there, and never a word out of his mouth, no complaints. That's not his style. But just like how Christy wouldn't let us pay her back for all her kindness, and we all chipped in for the SRG mom entrance card.
Yep.
Our little way of playing it forward, I guess.
Yeah. And that's the beauty. And Jeff, I'm so excited that you're coming to WrestleMania this weekend, because you're going to see, I think during COVID, we've seen, I don't want to say the worst of the SRG community, but
people have been on edge.
Yeah, a little on edge, a little more, snippy, or, it's hard to do context, and it's hard to do emotion over a computer screen. But I think that you're going to love Rust Belt. All of the guys up there, they accepted us, our family, all of Buckeye Championship Wrestling. And, if, Keith was hit by a bus while we're up there and I had to take him to the hospital, I would have zero compunction about leaving Mallory with any of them, except maybe Dave. He wouldn't do like a user manual for children. But I mean, you're just gonna love it. It's Rust Belt, and Neil especially embodies the best of what the LFF is about.
Yeah, love for family.
Yep.
I try to say it a lot because I try to mean it.
Yep.
Nah.
Good people. I know we're getting close to time.
Yep.
Neil, what we normally do before we cut the show is we turn the tables. So what questions do you have for Jeff? What questions do you have for me?
Oh man, the one thing I did not prepare for.
I know it's like the end of a job interview where you're like, oh man, oh gee.
Is this the part where I'm supposed to tell you about my biggest weakness? And I say, well, my weakness is I just work so hard and I can't leave work at work, one of those deals.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that I have questions. I will just instead take the time to say, so happy to have met Christy. She was amazing at Grand Gathering where we really got to hang out. I mean, she made a beer run. Aside from feeding me, that was a sure way right to the heart. All right. I'm sitting there playing wrestling cards and dice, and she's dropping sixers at my feet there. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And Jeff, I'm beyond excited for you to be here in person. I think I've played you one time. I'm hoping that you're going to have a blast here, have some good competition, see what it's about. Maybe we can lock Cannoli in the bathroom together or something so we can actually just relax. He's like a yippy little dog at your feet,
His tag team partner is going to be there, so he's gonna have his love spread around. So
his handler, okay, very good.
Who's his tag team partner?
Ken Fouché.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Who is also an amazing person, and thank you again for a sub, Custodian.
He beats me a little too often, like all the time, but I like him. Quality dude. It'll be awesome to meet him as well.
Cannoli is a great player. I played obviously games with him a lot when I first started online and whatnot, and he is learning things from me, like that some people will lie to him and try to trick him into doing things that he doesn't want to do in the game, and he's starting to get better at that. Because
Ring general, huh?
Yeah. Hey, like you said, iron sharpens iron, but playing against the con man every game really helps you against con men.
Very true.
And that is half a card game sometimes.
So Jeff, really quick, we asked Neil who he thought would win WrestleMania this weekend. Who's your pick?
All right. Obviously, besides myself, because I always try to bet on myself, it actually would have been Ryan Nealon. There's no way he's not due to win this. Like going second place in two of them back to back, third time's the charm. Like,
you never know. He might even put a ladder card in his deck this time around.
I mean, if he gets to use his own competitor, he doesn't need to. That's the beauty of it. He's ready for the steps with that one. So,
very true.
Yeah, he can just build to win.
My money is on someone we mentioned as being overlooked earlier. I'm gonna put my money on Colin Simon.
Okay.
Hard to bet against him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the only thing holding him back is being in Impact, not to get kayfabe, but the GM says no shots for people in there.
Well,
the dude just comes and dominates everywhere he goes and hasn't gotten over the hump yet or has been overlooked. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's a good player. I mean, he's another one of those players I put down in Faction Wars, but yeah, he's a good player. He was a great game. I've had a lot of fun games with him when I play him. He's a great guy, and yeah, he's a good player. He definitely could go in a really strong run. Like, I obviously haven't seen as many of y'all in person playing wise, and it's going to be a little different playing in person than online. And I have way more experience online than I have in person, so it's going to be really interesting to see how it works out.
It's not that much different. I know Candy Ma'am was having a little bit of trouble with the idea, but honestly, it's much harder to play online than it is in person.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, as I was saying, like the con man thing, it's a lot easier to give false facial cues and false sentiments when people can see you. Over line, when all they can see is your play area and only hear your voice, it's a lot harder to trick people, because eventually people catch on.
Absolutely.
You gotta, there's more to the game than just the cards and dice sometimes. And, missing that interaction kind of hurts you, but it'll be fun.
when they see the tension on your face is you're praying that they throw the grapple or strike because you have
Yeah.
stops for those and not the sub, you know,
Yeah.
and then sure as shit, boom, the sub gets thrown.
Yeah. Or if you're playing someone and you're using, let's say, Matt Stevens, and you play your Superman punch aggressively, and you keep saying, "Oh man, don't bring back that finish grapple! Don't bring that finish grapple!" and then the person walks into the finish. Poor cannoli. Actually, I wasn't using Matt Stevens. I was using
I was gonna say Verna.
Jeff Bravo. And I was using the finish, the firing one finish that I was using
Oh.
Verner's finish too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was using Verner's finish and had him walk into it. It was great. And he was so upset. But you know, that's part of the game sometimes. You gotta get used to it.
It is.
All right, so we are a bit over time, and that looks to be all the questions. Again, thank you for coming. Next week, I believe we have Justin Stein coming on.
Oh, nice.
So,
Earthquake, baby.
Yeah. So we'll have another good episode.
BCW.
Yeah, and he's someone who I don't actually know at all, so it's going to be really good.
Oh,
because
I think he's going.
Is he? Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
He's up to WrestleMania.
Awesome.
A lot of wrestling knowledge. Great guy. I haven't seen him in way too long, so that's awesome if he's coming up this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, again, thank you for coming on. It was great, and again, thank you, Christy, for co-hosting with me. It's always a pleasure. And we will see you all next week.
Thanks for having me.
Later.
WrestleMania 2, baby.
Oh yeah.
See you there.
Yep. For B Square.